When you have a criminal record, you shouldn't have money. Employment is for those who are worth something, for those who can be trusted. Oh, you weren't convicted, just arrested? Well, that's still a record. You still rejected. Plus, I doubt your arrest was accidental or racist. Color ain't involved in justice. When you have a criminal record, you shouldn't have a home. You're more likely not to have a home. And people who are homeless are more likely to be incarcerated, maybe for stealing or dealing to survive, or injecting drugs to cope with always having to survive. Their basic needs aren't met until, ironically, they're incarcerated and finally get free food and medical attention. But once freed, they're unemployable, branded a convict, and still homeless. What? A cycle of mindfuck. And there's such a thing as quality of life crimes that make suspicious people of color on corners and criminalizes homelessness with convictions of loitering or trespassing. You know, standing or sleeping where the real people are. Lock them up. At least they'll have a roof over their heads. Lock them up good. All that struggle makes our privilege uncomfortable in our clean neighborhoods. So you're in America's best human cage, but don't act like an animal. Don't be a product of your environment. And when the jail cell opens, don't slip on the tripwire of probation and stumble back into prison. Don't sip or smoke a spliff to forget the trauma of your emasculating arrest. And don't you miss your 9 o'clock curfew. So even if it's the only job left, don't you work the graveyard shift or they'll put you in one. One in every 3 black men have a felony. But as a condition of your release, you cannot be with or speak to anyone else with a felony. So if you need support of your uncle, father, or brother, you can only choose one. And that's hopeful wishing. They ain't all been convicted, considering the criminalization of drugs, poverty, blackness. When you have a criminal record, you should not live. We built caskets with bars to watch you die. Watch you want to die. First, it starts in the mind. Just think what it feels like to be stripped from your home. Said you were stealing, but you never stole. Said you're free if bail gets posted. Said thousands of dollars just above your means, so your mom thinks it's her fault. She lost her only baby. We call this mental deterioration, this successful oppression of mind, body, and soul, the Khalif Browder syndrome. And we've nearly perfected it. Measure the proper dosage of prisoner beatings, attorney predatory attempts at brainwashing. You did it, just say you did it then. Let him go. Watch him rot and believe his life is no longer his, 'cause it's not. When you have a criminal record, you should not live. What with how we treat you, at least in societal view, you're sick, you're terminal. Good people never do bad things, never suspected of bad things. You're unforgivable. Incarcerated individuals carry stigma like disease, and you'll never be free if you're not curable.